Hi, my name is Kaylee Loafman, and this is my language development project. And my slogan is Learn Naturally, Speak Naturally. So, what is language? Language is the communication in written or spoken form between one another using words. The functions of language include communication, the expression of identity, play, imaginative expression, and emotional release. What is first language development? First language development is when someone develops and learns their primary language through childhood and infancy. There are many stages of first language development. The first stage is pre-linguistic sounds, which is cooing and babbling. The second stage is the one-word stage, usually around a year. It's the emergence of a first word. Two-word stage is usually around 2 years, and it's two words in different combination of word order. The telegraphic stage is around 2 years. It's 2 to 5 words with a little extra morphology. Morphology is the study of word parts and how words are formed, just in case you didn't know that. And fine-tuning is it's 5 to 10 years, and it's refining grammar and building vocabulary. What is second language development? Second language development is learning of a second language while already knowing your native language. And there are 5 stages of second language development. First stage is silent receptive, and this stage varies per child and can last for hours or months. And during this time, ELL students are learning vocabulary and practicing pronouncing new words. The next is early production. This stage may last up to 6 months, and this is when the ELL can typically acquire an understanding of up to 1,000 words. This is continued. Speech emergence, and by this stage, ELLs usually acquire a vocabulary of up to 3,000 words and learn to communicate by putting the words in short phrases, sentences, and questions. The intermediate fluency in this stage may last a year or more after speech emergence, but learners typically have a vocabulary of as much to 6,000 words, and they usually acquire the ability to communicate in written and speech using more complex sentences. The last stage is continued language development and advanced fluency. It takes learners at least 2 years to reach this stage and up to 10 years to achieve full mastery of a second language. Things that they can do is continue to speak in that language on a regular basis in order to grow their fluency and confidence. Similarities between first and second language development. They both take time and effort to learn efficiently. Universal learning may influence learning. There are predictable stages and particular structures are required in a set order. Individuals may move more slowly or quickly through these stages, but they cannot skip ahead. In both first and second language acquisition, the learner uses context clues, prior knowledge, and interaction to comprehend language. Here's some differences. There's many other differences, but those are just a few. On first language development, children spend several years listening to language, babbling, and using telegraphic speech before they can form sentences. In second language development, learning is more rapid and people are able to form sentences within a shorter period of time. In first language development, acquiring a first language happens naturally. But in second language development, acquiring a second language often requires conscious effort on the part of the learner. The silent period. The silent period is where ELLs are unwilling or unable to communicate orally, even though they understand what is going on around them. ELLs aren't comfortable speaking in the new language because it may be difficult to express their thoughts orally. ELLs need time to listen to others talk, digest what they hear, and observe their fellow classmates and the interactions with each other. This stage may last for a few days or months or even longer. It just varies per child. In learning versus acquisition. Learning is structured and is a process people follow when trying to learn another language. In this, a student is made to study vocabulary, sentence structure, and grammar. It's also one of the most common methods used in schools. Acquisition. Language is the primary form of communications that humans use, and it is not taught to children. Children will pick up their native language by listening to others, and the child acquires the language without any conscious thought or study. An example of learning is when a student is given a worksheet and is instructed to put the sentence in the correct form, or like the syntax of the sentence. And in acquisition, a child who listens to their parents talk is picking up the language without even realizing it. What does being bilingual mean? Bilingualism is when someone is fluent in or can use two languages. Being bilingual can be an advantage when it comes to learning effectively and efficiently, because you are more in the know as to what's going on and can help communicate with people of different cultures. Being bilingual actually makes you smarter. It has an impact on your brain and improves your cognitive skills not related to language, and it can also prevent dementia in old age. And if you look to the picture on the right here, so this is the benefits of being bilingual. Speakers of more than one language fend off the onset of dementia symptoms for an average of 4 years longer than monolingual patients. Researchers found they looked at the age of the onset visible symptoms in men and women, and the age when subject symptoms first necessitated and visit to a doctor. Does a classroom teacher or other school personnel have to be bilingual to teach an ELL student? In most schools, it isn't required for classroom teachers or any other personnel to be bilingual to teach an ELL student, but in Pennsylvania, teacher preparation programs must include coursework that addresses the needs of ELLs, and there's a video of a U.S. school trying new bilingual education methods, and I posted the link in the reference page. And this is my theory of language development out of which ones I chose. I personally like Vygotsky's theory of social interaction. I think that social interaction plays a huge role in language development. It starts at a young age when children listen to their parents talk in their native language and acquire the knowledge of language without even knowing it. And it would help them out later in life due to social interaction with one another, and being bilingual can help with social interactions with people of different cultures as well. And this is Vygotsky's learning theory, which is also in the reference page. And that is it.